everyone, and welcome to your favorite news, Cotorreo Patio. I am Isabella, and today we are going to talk about sex education. Well, sex education helps teenagers and people gain the information, skills, and motivation to make healthy decisions about sex and sexuality. Sex education may take place in a school, home, or community settings. Parents and family will always play such an important role in the development of this knowledge. What did you say, Maura?
Thanks, Isa. As you were saying, sexual education has reflected not only the education that adolescents receive in relation to that subject, also this topic and the events that happen around the globe represents that there are too many problems thanks to the little knowledge and approach that so many people has to the sexual education information.
Actually, there are centers such as SICUS, the Sexuality Information and Education Council of the United States, that are dedicated in advocating for everyone's right to accurate and comprehensive sexual information, education, and related with the health services since 1964. Continue, Isabella.
In Mexico, the government is responsible with guidance assistance to prevent diseases of sexual transmission and approach the sexual education freely. It is very important to recognize that today many young people are not aware of the risk involved in not knowing about their sexuality. Let's go with you, Maura.
Thanks, Isa. In relation to what Isabella said, Torreblanca in 2018 mentions that between 2002 and 2016, the specific cause of death of 624 women was abortion, although only the 7% of women who gave birth during that same period has a preschool education, and 23.4% of those died women have only studied up to that grade.
In Mexico, abortion is legal in certain places or states, but despite being so many girls living in the lower class and not having a complete knowledge about sexual education, they cannot afford, when a pregnancy is happening, a safe abortion, and they go to clandestine clinics in which abortion is not legal. So they cause not only the death of a baby that is coming, but they also end with the life of the mother, because there are not the same useful tools that are used in a legal abortion when a girl takes the risk of having a clandestine abortion.
Thank you so much again. Well, the UN convened an expert group meeting on adolescents, youth, and development at the United Nations headquarters in 2011, in where the topic was the impact of sex education on the sexual behavior of young people. What do you have, Maura?
Thanks, Isa. Complementing what Isabella said, the UN concludes that all young adolescents must have an impartial and scientific knowledge about sexual education, so they can reduce the number of pregnancies at an early age, and they can consciously use contraceptive methods.
The NDIRE, the National Survey on the Dynamics and Household Relationships, conducted a survey in Mexico in 2016 that reported that 9.4 million of women aged from the 15 years old to the 49 years old had been pregnant in those last 5 years, and of these, just over 1 million of women said that they had realized an abortion. Continue, Isabella.
71% of women aged 15 to 49 reported not having a pregnancy in the last 5 years. 25.5% say that they had had a pregnancy but not an abortion, while 3% say that they had been pregnant and had at least one abortion during that period.
Thanks, Isa. In relation to what Isabella said, also, the survey shows that this number of women have only completed high school, the most common schooling.
This is why sexual education should be provided for all people in a mandatory way, because mortality rate, abortion, sexually transmitted diseases, and pregnancies at an early age, and also overpopulation could be reduced around the globe.
Just as it is important to carry out an open-minded sexual education, it is very important to know the consequences such as sexually transmitted diseases as HIV, AIDS, gonorrhea, and among others, they can be attracted to human body systems affecting adolescents' health. What do you can tell me about it, Maura?
Thanks, Isa. Complementing what Isabella said, in Mexico, the 30% of people between 18 and 30 have suffered or have a sexually transmitted disease, according to the data of Mexican Social Security Institute.
Yes, the problem is worldwide. The World Health Organization reported that every day around the planet, approximately 1 million people gets a sexually transmitted infection.
All adolescents are worthy of receiving methods of protection and education. In the same way, each teenager is free to experience and live their sexuality in diverse ways. Well, it's all for today. See you in the next Cotorreo Patio.